Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and always go beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee. Co-host, Raina, the very visible Raina. We have our nudges today, and so we're ready for some bookish action. So, you ready, Raina? Should we start with a treat? Why not? All right, so today it is not Tag Tuesday. I missed Tag Tuesday. I don't know what happened yesterday, but I never did get around to doing the tag that I had wanted to do, but that's okay because today is a brand new day. And with it comes another opportunity to do all of the things that I didn't do yesterday. And one would be this tag. So without further ado, this is the BookBud's second original tag. They have recently revived this tag. So apparently it required some resuscitation, but it's alive and well now. I was tagged by Pat at BookChatWithPat, and here's what the BookBuds had to say about this tag. They said, this is a BookBuds original tag. Our second original tag. So excited. We're all book buds here on BookTube, so let's have some fun with our buds and see who has the strength of character to help us out in some unusual circumstances. If you do this tag, please tag at BookBuds so they can check out your answers. Remember, you can answer with people who have already done the tag, even with the original BookBuds creators. I think they're looking for some shout outs there. So just have fun with it, which I think is the best advice. All right, so question 1. If you're stuck on a desert island, it's the deserted island thing again, right? That always seems to come up. And can only bring one booktuber bud, but all their books would come with them. Who would you want to be stuck with? Now, I want to tell you that I was never stuck on a deserted island, but I was stuck one time on an island. Where I lived in Florida was not too far from an island, which was a state park, still is, and it's called Honeymoon Island. And you have to take a causeway and a small bridge to go into the island. Once you get on the island, you have to pay your state park fee. They do have a concession stand, and they have just a beautiful beach. Otherwise, they have places to change. They have showers and things like that. But it's really undeveloped, and so they call it the real Florida, because it looks a lot the way that it would have looked way back in the day. So one time, it was probably close to 20 years ago now, Donna and I went there, and we only stayed for a couple of hours. It was getting hot. Can't remember exactly what time of year it was. I think it was late spring. I want to say maybe April or May or something. And after a couple of hours, we wanted to head back. Well, we started to drive off of the island, and somebody coming the opposite direction said, "No, you got to go back." We said, "What's going on?" Apparently, there was an emergency situation that was happening on the causeway. The police were involved, and they were trying to talk somebody down from something. So they did not want any cars coming by. It was not safe. So everybody who was on the island was kind of stuck on the island. Well, this was maybe noontime, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I kid you not, we did not get off that island until I think it was like almost 8 o'clock at night. It was starting to get dark, and the concession stand had run out of food, which was a big disaster. They did manage to get a food truck down the causeway and replenish their stock, which was very humane of them. But otherwise, I mean, I was ready to start going around and asking people if they had any, medical expertise, or, who elects somebody as a, president or a spokesperson or something. Because, I mean, we were stuck there. I mean, we couldn't really go anywhere. Now, there's way worse places to get stuck. But yeah, we finally were, like I say, allowed to go at around 8 p.m. And I still call it the time that we were stuck on a deserted island. So anytime that comes up and, you're playing a game or something and inevitably there's some deserted island question, I have to always tell that story. So there's my story. I also have one about being stuck on a cruise ship, but I'm not going to tell it right now. So the situation is now that I'm going to be stuck on a desert island and I've got to take a booktuber. I'm going to take two, and I got to take their books as well. So I'm going to take Desmond Z. That's his channel name. And I'm going to take him because his books are beautiful. They're all hardcover. They're contemporary works, mainly fiction. Lots of mysteries and thrillers, and he has them all arranged on the shelves very neatly. And, I think a lot of them are the kinds of books that I would be interested in. So definitely him. He also does an excellent book review, and his channel is really worth tuning into if you have not already. Also, I would take Flossie from the Grape Jelly Library. Because she reads a lot of different books. Now, I'm not sure what all she has on her shelves, but they look fantastic. They're very decorative, and she uses a lot of lights and plants and different things, foliage, and they just look really great. So two really nice libraries that I wouldn't mind having around on my island. I guess they're going to decorate my, little tiki hut or whatever. So question number 2, you accidentally, and I hate when this happens, rob a bookstore with a booktuber bud by walking out with 100 books. But I'm not sure why we'd limit it to that. I mean, we may want to walk out with, say, 1,000 books or something. I don't know. You spend a year behind bars with them, but now you can read and do videos together. Fair enough. Who do you get locked up with? Well, like I say, I was tagged by Pat at BookChatWithPat. So she already said that she was going to be locked up with me and several other people. So I'll name those people too, because I guess I'm already in jail with Pat. And we're also going to have Debs at Rainer Reads Stuff. We're going to have Angelia at Read and Reread. We're going to have Hannah at Hannah's Books. And we're going to have Kim at Middle of the Book March. So I'm going to add a few others to the posse as well. And that is going to be Marilyn at Marilyn Maya Mendoza. Also Gina from the Library Mouse. Mimi from It's Mimi Duong. And Kelly at Kelly Loves Books and Movies. So, ain't nobody going to mess with us in prison. I'm going to tell you that. So, number 3 is you magically get trapped in a murder mystery you are reading. Another booktuber bud joins you to solve the mystery. Who do you want to join? Well, I'm going to choose, of course, and this is like a no-brainer almost. You're obviously going to want Ollie from Criminale, since he already does crime, pulp, horror, and that sort of thing. I would also like to have Daniela from Uncommon Reader help with solving the mystery, as well as Mark at The Book Thing, because he's a newer booktuber, but he reads a variety of books, such as fantasy, crime, thrillers, among other things. So I think that the three of them, together with me, and I do my share on mysteries, I think we'd make an excellent team. And I mean, I think it would just be kind of like the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine or something like that. We already have the dog, so we're good to go. Number 4, you magically get trapped in a fantasy novel, fighting dragons and casting spells. I'm going to be a little weak on this. Which booktuber bud do you choose to bring in with you to save the day? Well, yeah, they're going to have to save the day because I'm going to be out in left field somewhere. But I'm going to choose, and I'm sorry, I think that your first name is Mike, but I'm not 100% sure, from some other character. I know that he is a D&D guy, so I think he would be really good to have in this fantasy situation. And also Maeve from Maeve Ever Books, because she does a lot of fantasy reading as well. So I think the two of them, I hope they don't mind me tagging along. Number 5 is you are stuck in the cloud of sadness. Oh, not a good place to be at all. Hitting a reading funk and feeling totally uninspired. Which booktuber bud can pick you up with their positivity? Well, I'm going to name a channel that I just discovered recently. She commented on one of my videos, and I went over and took a look at a couple of her videos, and I find her to be very upbeat and different and have a lot of diverse reading tastes, and just talk about a whole variety of things. And that is Katya from Page Turners with Katya. Also, I think that a person who could help get you out of a funk would be MJ at Reading This Life. And I'll bet the book buds themselves could really do some work bringing you out of a funk as well. So definitely them for their level of positivity. And then I have 2 other booktubers that I put here just because they make me laugh. Sometimes they start commenting on my video and go back and forth with basically with insults to each other that often don't have anything to do with books. But it does make me laugh. I find it funny and enjoyable. And that is James from Little Big Library and Jay from at Faceless Book Reviews. I had made a comment one other time on one of my videos that they are like the brothers that I never had. So yeah, I think that they're fun. Number 6 is your arms are in a cast for 2 months. Oh no. I just got my arms back in shape after my surgery. So that would not be a good thing. And a booktuber bud is going to edit all your videos for you. Who edits them and why? Well, I'm going to name 2 booktubers that I think are good at editing, but there actually are quite a few that I really appreciate their editing techniques. It works well for them. And yeah, it makes the whole video very enjoyable. One would be Farah at Bookstalgic, and the other is Ellen at the Ellen Made Book Club. I think both of them do a great job just visually showing you different things and also just bringing kind of some emotion into it. So yeah, I think the 2 of them would be great to have around for that. So the last prompt is you press a button and instantly have read all the books that a booktuber bud has already read. Which bud would you pick and why? Well, I really struggled with this question because there could be so many. There's so many books out there, and that's the marvelous part of BookTube, is just discovering new channels and different channels that are new to you, and just seeing other people's taste in books and what they're presently into. So also, there are so many people who regularly watch my channel and comment often, and they oftentimes make recommendations to me, and I appreciate that. And I'm sure I would love to have their catalog of books just stuffed into my head, just, kind of the worm in the ear thing or something. I mean, it would no doubt make me a better person to have that, but it's just too many to mention. I mean, books, books, books. There's books everywhere. So if I pick someone whose tastes are totally different than mine, I'd have a whole new catalog up there. But if I pick someone whose tastes are similar than mine, I mean, then there would be that. So there's just so much. So I'm just going to say, like, basically everyone, or Renee's just too out there to choose. Okay, so lastly, there's no need to tag additional people because you basically just tagged everyone that you mentioned. So everyone I've mentioned, you can consider yourself tagged. And if you're watching this video, consider yourself tagged. If you're interested in doing it, jump in. So let your book buds know you mentioned them, and let's see what they do with this tag. So if you're watching this tag video and you'd like to, please consider yourself tagged. So that is my tag. Now, did I say what this tag is called? What is this tag even called? It just says the Book Buds second original tag. I'm not sure what it's called. If it has another name, I'll definitely put that in the description. But yeah, it's different. That's for sure. And it does make you think. There's a lot of magical thinking there, which is fun, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please remember to like, subscribe, leave me a comment if you like my content. And thanks again for watching. Take care and have a great day. And Raina says bye-bye.